Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to A Minute with PG. I remember when I was in standard 5th, I had a very dear friend of mine, and he was an extremely happy to go lucky kind of an individual. He had smiles all over, was loved profusely by his mother, and he used to talk about his father as a person who would rarely spend time with him. In fact, during the parent teacher meeting, his father would normally be busy with his work. But one day, which was an unfortunate day of his life, he lost his mother to cancer. And that's when his life turned upside down. His father, who was always busy with his work life and earning money and materialistic possessions, could pay very less attention to his strong emotional need which got generated in the absence of his mother. He did not feel loved anymore and in fact stopped interacting with the rest of the students in the class. In fact, he would not go out and play as well with us. One fine day, his father's office had an activity wherein the people in the office had to gift each other a strong message of how much they mean to each other. If they have supported them in some way or the other, or have contributed in their life in some way, they have to acknowledge and appreciate with a small message written on a band. And that band needs to be worn by the people who receive it. So the band's common line was, "You mean the world to me." And so the people started circulating those bands. And one of the bands came to his father's wrist by one of his employees. His father felt really happy. However, let me give you a background. What had happened this far. This guy had already written a suicide note in the name of his father and had kept it under the pillow. While the father had to return from office, he had made up a mind that once I eat dinner with my father, I would eat this poison and end my life, as he felt continuously that he is not being valued. Guess what? That night when his father came to home, they both had wonderful dinner together, and his father took out the band from his hand and made his son wear it. And the band said, "You mean the world to me." He expressed his deepest love for his son and told him that I personally feel I should have given you the desired attention and love all this while. I had a strong realization today that I must be a great father and should spend time with you because you deserve a lot of attention. And that's when they both committed to a schedule for spending life and also knowing each other well. And that's when the son went back to his room, took out the suicidal note where he had written everything what he missed from his father, and tear that paper off. And he slept wisely. And the next day, when he came up to the classroom, the smile was back. I got my friend back. He felt extremely happy on that day. And how I know it is because he shared this entire suicidal note episode with me on the same day. Now let me ask you a question. You have people around you who either work with you directly or indirectly. You have people at home who work with you, who have been there in times when you were good, in times when you were bad. People who have supported you directly, indirectly, physically or virtually in times of your need. There are so many people around you who is connected directly or indirectly with you. Let me ask this question. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for that suicidal note? Or you're actually going to take a proactive action and think about acknowledging their presence in your life? You will not prevent suicide always, but there is a worse living than suicide where people have less feelings for each other, and in the crowd they might feel alone. So put an eye of perspective to acknowledgement and appreciation today. Look around. There are people who need that one small sentence. You mean the world to me. Thank you very much, guys.